So welcome to the recording of Little Lost Fox by Carolina Rabei, which I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce your name, so I'm very sorry, Caroline, but that's absolutely just such a wonderful little cover. I have to keep it up, but I hope I got that right. I really hope you're going to enjoy this. This is such a lovely little story. I know it's unknown, but it's also brand new. It came out this year, which is really great. I found it when I was looking for Foxy themed autumn books, which was really nice. It's going to be the next in our little Foxy adventure from last week as well. But I'm missing a companion. So while out sourcing outfits for Pooh Bear to wear to next month's spooky season, which is very exciting, I came across this little accessory, which is great. So Pooh Bear, and he's wearing his little mask. How adorable! How cute is that? But it's also a very important message. You should definitely wear your mask when out, because I mean, if Pooh Bear can wear his mask, I'm pretty sure everyone else can wear their mask too. It's very important to take care of each other. So to make sure that you can enjoy the story, we'll take that off. So we'll just slip that down. Looks like a little bit of a bib there, doesn't it? Let's take it off completely. There we go. Pooh Bear's back. So we'll put him there to enjoy the story. We'll move him across a little bit. There we go. So let's carry on with Little Lost Fox. This particular story is actually written and illustrated by Carolina. So it's very, it's just such a well-rounded little story because obviously she knows it inside out. So I really hope you enjoy it. There's a few little Easter eggs in the book as well, which we'll go back and check at the end. So let's get started. Kate lived in the countryside. There were no other children for miles around, but Kate never got lonely. She had lots of friends to play with. Miss Bunny loved stories. Mr. Ted loved picnics. And her very bestest favourite of all, Ruby the Fox. Ruby the Fox? Wait, she was missing. Where's she gone? Cried Kate. Ruby was Kate's best friend. She loved having adventures. If she lost Ruby, Kate didn't know what she'd do. Kate looked everywhere, and then she saw the paw prints. So she followed them until she found a real live fox cub. And the fox cub had Ruby. You have to give her back, said Kate. Ruby's my friend. But the little cub howled when Kate tried to take Ruby. And that's when Kate realised something. You're lonely, aren't you? She said. Kate never got lonely. But when she thought that she might, she got a cuddle from her mummy and everything was all right. That gave Kate an idea. Ruby and I are going to help find your mummy, little cub, she said. It would be an adventure for them all. They found a home in a tree, but when they took a peek inside, it was a squirrel mummy they saw snoozing. They found a home by the riverside. but it was a water vole mummy who popped out and went for a swim. They found a home by the hillside, but it was a rabbit mummy who appeared and twitched her whiskers. Kate looked everywhere. And then she saw some paw prints. They were the same shape as the little cubs, only much bigger, and they led into the wood. It was cool in the wood. There were strange noises. Kate held on tight to Ruby in case she felt scared. And then she saw the eyes, sparkling green, and watching them from the bushes. "Be careful, little cub," said Kate. But the little cub knew whose eyes they were, and he ran straight over to his mummy. Kate watched the two of them playing and cuddling. The little cub and his fox mummy were so happy. Kate thought about her mummy. It was getting late, and she would be wondering where Kate was. When Kate had walked for ages, how would she ever find her way home? The next thing she knew, the cub and his fox mummy were nudging her, getting her to follow them. They led Kate out of the wood, along the river, and past the hillside. To where her mummy was out looking for her. "It's time for tea," said Kate's mummy, and she gave her a big cuddle. "Where have you been?" "Ruby and I had an adventure," said Kate, "and we made some new friends." She looked around for the foxes. They were gone, but not for long. Kate had lots of friends. Miss Bunny loved stories. Mr. Ted loved picnics. Ruby loved adventures. And the foxes loved spending time with Kate. So that's the story of Little Lost Fox by Carolina Rabei. I think that this is just such a wonderful story. I genuinely inspired to be Kate. I really, really want to be friends with all the foxes that live in my garden that I have adopted, even though they do not want to be my friend. But I think it's just such a lovely little message that, to be kind and to obviously, take care of your toys. You can have little adventures even if you are stuck without your friends. So I think altogether it's just such a lovely little rounded story, and the illustrations are incredible. If anything, they probably tell the story better. As I said in the beginning, there are a few little Easter eggs, and we are going to go back and have a look because I think they're really worth pointing out. And something obviously I didn't show you at first was obviously Kate's little bucket, which is really cute because it's got Ruby, Mr. Ted and Miss Bunny in it. Just see Miss Bunny's ears. The actual landscape is just really, really lovely as well in the story. And just where my thumb is, I'm going to get really close, I don't know if you can see this now, but there's actually a cheeky little fox, there we go, which is really nice. So just like little things thrown in here and there. This is actually the title page, which we didn't actually get a chance to look at, but again, so much to look at in the actual story. So if I just come this side, so there's actually a little vole down here in the corner, which is really nice. Kate's holding Ruby, and what's really, really cute is there's a little dedication at the front. Now, I think it says Jem or Tom. My reading of handwriting is not very good, but I think it's either for Jem or for Tom. With love, CR, which is obviously Carolina. But the little girl in the picture has a particularly interesting little teddy bear. Which is a bit of a shame that it's not very clear who he is, but that could be Jem, that could be Tom, who knows. And then throughout the rest of the story, there are little things that pop up here and there. So you can actually see little fox right at the beginning, which is really cute. And also the book that Kate is reading is The Secret Garden, which is one of my favourite stories, also something we're going to be looking at in Storytime. But also, I think it kind of gives that adventure, that outdoor adventure kind of essence to this that clearly Kate already had that in her. And who knows, maybe it's a favourite of Carolina, which is quite nice, or someone that she knew. And then I think the other things that you kind of just see dotted around is like, there's Mummy Squirrel early on in the book, who we end up meeting later on. And then as you kind of go through, as she starts to meet people to help the little cub find his way home, here where he actually meets Mummy Squirrel and Mummy Vole, they actually, and the bunnies as well. Let me turn the page. Everyone helps along with the journey, which is quite cute. So I think that's really interesting. There's a couple of other squirrels up trees and things kind of floating around, which is quite nice. There's so much to look at in here. And then, as I'm sure you probably noticed down the bottom in the corner where the fox is, watching Kate go home with her mummy, which is really cool. And then if we just skip towards the end, we can see people like Mummy Squirrel come back to listen to the stories now that Kate's friends with the foxes. And the landscape at the end, which is really nice because it matches the beginning, actually this time has Mummy Fox and Baby Fox. So, let me go in. There we go. Which is really cute. And lastly, here, we started off with Kate's toys in the basket, which is really nice. And then we end with somebody else having a nap, which is really cute. Even the cover kind of gives things away, where you've got Kate's mummy in the house, you've got Mummy Fox out looking, Rabbit. All together, just an absolutely amazing book. I found it by accident. I'm so glad I found it. But I'm really glad that I got to share it with you. And again, as I said in the last story, if anyone is watching these in a particular order, when we had a story about Gaspard the fox, you know, it's important to take care of the urban foxes, or in Kate's case, foxes out in the countryside as well. They just want to have a nice little time. It's fine. So thank you for joining us for the story of Little Lost Box by Carolina Rabei. I really hope you enjoyed it. We did. Quick little thank yous to friends of the Storytime, our friend Kate, who makes our bookmarks, which is really cute, and our friend Emma, who provides Pooh Bear's mug, which is really nice. So from me and Pooh Bear, wear your masks if you go outside. There's so many cooler ones now. You could get a cute one like he does. And yeah, take care. Be safe. Bye.